As you walk through life, do you ever notice changes? Do you ever sit down and think about people, events that shifted your path? See, in this age of information we live in, we have unlimited potential to connect with people. But are we consciously aware of those connections? Personally, I mentally analyze this every day, taking note of people and places that move my environment. I've noticed that every time I progress, it's been the direct result of my link to people around me. With that being said, I want to share this journey. This is my story through your story. I'm Michael Mims, and you're watching Conscious Connection. Alright, today we sit down with three of my favorite professors. I've had them pretty much throughout my whole Loras career. These are three business professors that have really impacted me personally. I love learning, but anybody who knows me knows that I'm not one that is going to be ecstatic to go to class every day. They still really engage me. They help me really get a passion for learning, education, and did a great job with helping me get my major that I'm about to get very soon here.
Pat Marzufka. I teach marketing. I've been here for 31 years. Pretty much anything in marketing. I've taught it or am currently teaching it.
Hugh Graham, also teaching marketing. I've been here, you said 31? So I've been here 30. Started off teaching management in the last several years, teaching marketing.
Went over the dark side.
Yeah.
Doug Ambrell. I started here in August of 2011, so I guess I'm completing my seventh year. All right, seventh year. So, and I teach classes in the repurposed major of business administration.
All right, so just growing up, kind of tell your story, how you got here, how you got to Loras from your childhood to now. Just different things that kind of taught you, different lessons that helped you get to where you are today.
Doug, do you want to start?
Sure. So since I'm the youngest here, let's see. What my path? Well, Loras is my fourth school that I've worked at, but keeping it brief, I just say I'm a product of the Upper South. Born in Virginia, grew up around Louisville, Kentucky. Went to school in Indiana, and out of college, I spent 14 years in banking, and after that, since 1994, I've been in higher education. I've worked as an administrator and as a faculty member at 4 different schools, either in Indiana, Tennessee, or here in Iowa. And just higher education is clearly is a much more rewarding profession than banking is. So that's my professional insight on what I've been doing.
How did I get to Loras? My undergraduate degree is in accounting, and after doing that for 2 years, I realized that's not what I wanted to do. So I went back to school to obviously get more education, kind of hide out for a while, to figure out what I wanted to do. While at school, I started working at Pizza Hut in the analytics department there in the marketing group, and did that for a couple of years, and that wasn't the fit. And then I was up at Wichita State doing something and saw an advertisement for a position to teach at this school called Loras College. No idea what Loras was, where Dubuque was, and but I applied anyway. Came up. They offered me a job. I took it, and 30 years later, here I am.
I know for me, it was more of a case of exploration. I knew growing up as a kid, I was going to go to college. My parents, neither one of them, because of financial situations, were able to go to college. Encouraged me. I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I thought about being a lawyer. I started out pre-law. But then when I actually spent time shadowing a lawyer and discovered what they did, I said, well, I don't want to become a lawyer. So I really wasn't sure. And I had my academic advisor at UW Eau Claire said, well, continue with your education, pick up an MBA, And that was something that I went on to graduate school right away. And then it was sort of exploring different types of jobs, where I went and checked out working in marketing research. Then, since I had a lot of relatives who had background in teaching, I thought maybe teaching might be an exposure that could be good. Looked at a small school, looked at a bigger school, came to Loras, and didn't expect it, but it turned out it was just right for me. So I'd say my story was one of exploring. And through the exploration, I discovered this is the spot for me.
You know, to go back just a little bit, because you reminded me of something. It was funny. I remember my dad's a professor, and when I was in grad school, and I'm getting toward the end of grad school, and he asked me, he goes, "What are you going to do now?" I said, "Well, I really like being a student, but of course, as y'all know, you usually have to pay." Be a student. I said, "I really like being a student," and he goes, "You know what's like being a student, but they pay you? Being a teacher." And that's what I think. When I saw the advertisement for Loras College, I thought maybe there's a chance that I could go continue to do the things I like to do as a student, where you learn about different things, interact with different people, and maybe get paid for it. So I think that's how I ended up there.
Yeah, but since your father's been, how long has your father been in higher ed?
50 some odd years.
So you think that may have had an impact on?
Well,
not that he forced
yeah.
you into it, but you think that certainly had.
Well,
an
I think I
influence
was
or-
able to have maybe some insight or something that what it might be like.
We can clearly see how each path is different. Each road that they're taking, they switch, so no path is gonna stay the same. It's rare to see somebody just stay in one career. It's rare to see somebody in college stay in one major. Everybody has their own path. Everybody has their own niche that they're trying to find in life. It's like Professor Marzovka ended up saying, he was able to try out different things. He tasted different career paths. Same with Professor Graham. They all tasted different things. They were all able to make sure that they really honed in on something that they clearly like to do. That's not to say that they wouldn't be successful in something else. It's really a matter of being happy and being in an environment that's gonna help you be successful and you're gonna help others be successful. On your journey, on your path, make sure that you're the one telling yourself and feeling within yourself that you sit down every day after every day of work and say, I'm happy, I'm doing what I love. Whether it's hard, whether it was an easy day, positive day, a negative day, you can still sit down and say, I'm happy, I love what I'm doing. Then you're doing something right. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you for sitting down with me and talking with me, sharing your insights, your perspective. It was amazing. I appreciate you guys. If you guys like this video, if it helped you out, if you feel like you've been impacted in a positive way from this video, please drop your comments, subscribe, like, all that, share it. If you think it can help out a friend, definitely share it. I'm trying to do this to really impact lives, so please, please, please share